Hey everyone, welcome back. So today, we're going to dive into a concept that might just completely change how you think about the internet. It's all about what we're calling the 30-second social network. You know, for the longest time, we've all been living inside these things called walled gardens. These are the giant platforms where, let's be honest, we play by their rules, we see the feed they give us, and our data is their product. But that's all starting to change. A really radical shift is happening, moving us out of their gardens and into our own universes, places where we make the rules, we define the purpose, and we build the community.
And yeah, this isn't some small incremental update we're talking about here. This is a real paradigm shift. We're moving beyond just passively scrolling through the big feeds. We're stepping away from being consumers and becoming active creators of our very own digital spaces.
So what do we call this new era? Well, it's got a name, Web 4.0. And the keyword you need to remember here is creation. This is an internet that's not defined by what you can browse, but by what you can instantly build for a very specific purpose, and all without some big company calling the shots.
Okay, so let's get to the absolute heart of this, the breakthrough that makes this whole thing possible. And honestly, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction. This is the part that really changes the entire game. 30 seconds. Yeah, you heard me right. 30 seconds. That's it. That's the amount of time it now takes to create a fully featured, totally secure, purpose-built social network right from scratch. We're not talking months of coding or needing a massive budget. We're talking half a minute.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth is that even possible? Well, it's actually this brilliantly simple three-step process. First, you just describe your idea in plain English. Step 2, an AI takes over. It builds the entire architecture, the backend, the UI, even the smart contracts, which are basically just the automated rules for your network. And then step 3, you launch. It is that direct.
And just to be super clear here, we're not talking about some flimsy little chat room. In those 30 seconds, you get the whole shebang, a complete ecosystem. I mean, platforms like Linkspreed are already doing this today. You get a secure environment, custom rules that you set, privacy settings that you actually control, and even an initial layout to get you started. Okay, so you can probably imagine the obvious uses for this, right? Like a private network for your company or a fan club for your favorite band, but the really revolutionary part, the real power, lies in the communities that were just flat out impossible to create until now. So let's look at 3 pretty wild, unexpected examples.
So check this out. Our first example is for a group so incredibly niche that no major platform could ever really serve them properly. We're talking about a tiny micro-bartering network for people who own vintage printing gear. I mean, how specific is that?
And this just shows the power perfectly, doesn't it? You've got one enthusiast, maybe in Berlin, who can just instantly spin up a network for the, maybe 50 other people in the area who are into this stuff, and the rules are baked right in. No money changes hands, the currency is time and skill for trading specific parts and repairs. The only thing that was ever stopping this was cost and friction. And now, they're just gone.
All right, let's switch gears completely for our second case, which is just as powerful, but in a totally different way. Imagine creating a temporary high-signal network specifically for coordinating a local emergency.
The magic word here is ephemeral. This network isn't meant to last forever. It's built to exist only for as long as the crisis does. Its rules are super strict, focusing only on verified aid, which cuts out all the noise and, really importantly, the data privacy risks you get on big platforms during an emergency. And the most incredible part? It's got a self-destruct button built right in.
This timeline just lays it all out perfectly. Hour 0, the event happens. The network gets created. For the next, say, 72 hours, it's live. People are coordinating. And then, poof, hour 72 hits, the clock runs out, and the entire network, and all the data with it, it's just gone. Forever. That's privacy and purpose perfectly aligned.
Okay, for our last example, let's dive into this super high-stakes world of academic research. Here, a 30-second network can be used to create a totally secure private chain for validating sensitive work before it gets published.
So picture this, a quantum computing researcher. They need feedback, but only from like 15 very specific experts scattered around the globe. They can spin up a private token-gated network instantly, which is just a fancy way of saying you need a special digital key to even get in the door. Reviewers use their credentials to get in, and they actually stake their professional reputation to vote on the research. This completely bypasses the slow, clunky journal system and gives them rapid, secure, and transparent validation.
So let's pull back for a second. What do all these examples, the niche hobbyists, the emergency responders, the academics, what do they all tell us?
They show that the future of how we interact online is purpose-built. It's about creating the exact tool you need for the exact amount of time you need it. The power is finally shifting away from the platforms and back to the people.
There's a quote from the source material that just nails it. We are no longer limited to joining the networks that others build. We are now free to build. And that really says it all, doesn't it? For the first time, we're not just choosing which giant social network to join. We actually have the freedom to build our own.
So yeah, that's the bottom line here. The whole game of online community is changing. It's not one size fits all anymore. It's custom, it's instant, and for the very first time, it's completely and entirely in your hands. And that really just leaves us with one final big question for you to think about. If you, yes you, could build any community you wanted, for any purpose at all, in just 30 seconds, what would you create?